Alan Carter. I'm the CEO and president of Cabral Gold. We have an advanced exploration development asset in Brazil, in northern Brazil, right next to G Mining's Tocantinzinho mine, which has just declared commercial production. Our project is right next door. Historically, it produced 10 times the amount of placer gold as Tocantinzinho. We have a very large soil anomaly. The resource basis currently totals about 1.2 million ounces indicated and inferred. Recently, earlier this year, we drilled 11 meters at 33 grams on a peripheral target. We've got about 45 targets we still need to drill off, and we're currently about to complete a PFS on mining and processing the oxide mineralization, the weathered material above our gold deposits.
That's the bit everybody's talking about, though. All of the other stuff, which is a lot going on there,
there is a fair amount,
including high-grade gold. That's the bit. The PFS on this oxide, near-term revenue producer.
Very exciting. Look, Matt, the PFS has been delayed a couple of times. I mean, and we've got Ausenco doing the study. They're doing a very good job. We're excited. I mean, we'd hope to have the PFS out by now. It is very, very close. It's taken us a little bit longer than we anticipated, partly because we didn't have a PA. Usually you would start with a PFA and then go through a PFS and an FS process. What we did have was an internal scoping study, which we didn't release. So we've really rolled the PA into the PFS, and so that's taken a little bit longer. It has thrown up a few things that we needed to address as part of this PFS process. And so that's part of the reason for the delay. But the main thing is we want this PFS. We want to make sure that we've considered all the potential avenues for optimizing it, and it's an exciting time for us. So we're getting very, very close. I know people are, excited to see the results. That includes us, but it's a very interesting time.
Right, but what you're seeing so far is it's the right direction. We're not trying to fix problems. We're just trying.
No, it's not delayed because it looks,
right. Okay.
We're trying to make it work. We just want this thing to be the best possible. Make sure that we've examined all the opportunity. There's a lot of opportunity. It's a complex beast with lots of moving parts. So we just want to make sure that we've explored all the opportunity.
Right. Okay. So I get that, and that's fair enough. And were you weeks away?
Yeah.
Okay.
Weeks, not months.
No
weeks.
months. Okay, great. Right. So I think people are excited because of, like, as I said, the near-term revenue potential here. Because lots of companies changing their business models to take advantage of high-priced gold environment. They can do kind of starter projects like this, which then kind of soften the blow of any kind of future either exploration or other things, right? That's what we're aiming for.
Yeah. I mean, I think we've got a couple of advantages that work in our favor. The first thing is our gold deposit has been weathering over millions of years. We've got 60 meters of weathered material on top, which is a bit unusual. Now, the 60 meters of weathered material is rock that's been weathering over millions of years, and it's got the same gold content in that as the underlying primary material. And as of the last resource estimate we did, we had 230,000 ounces of gold in the oxide material. Obviously, there's a lot more gold in the primary hard rock material underneath it. We've done a lot of drilling since then. There's a lot more of this oxide material than we previously anticipated. It's free digging material, so we're not going to need to drill and blast, so the mining cost should be pretty low. And consequently, because it's free digging material, we don't have to crush and grind this material. We're not going to need these massive mills that cost a huge amount of money to both buy and operate. So, and the material leaches extremely well. I mean, as you saw that the recoveries, the recent test work we've had done on the met side indicate 92 to 93% recoveries of gold in this material. So we're very, very fortunate. So that opens up a pretty near-term pathway to production. Now, that's only the first step for us. The big prize, as you know, Matt, is we've got a district-scale project with already 3 gold deposits within it and 3 new discoveries where we still need to drill off enough drilling for maiden discoveries. And outside those, we've got another 40-plus targets where we've got gold in drill holes, trenches, et cetera, et cetera. So, it's got a much bigger footprint than Tocantinzinho. We think that means that ultimately it will prove to be a much bigger gold system. But, we've got some work to do. We don't want to depend on, the old way of doing things, which is to raise money through the capital markets by continuing to dilute your capital structure. We think the best way forward for us, because it's a district scale play, we've got a lot of drilling to do, move forward, get into production, get some cash coming into the company, get aggressive with the drill program, and that will ensure that we're in control of our own destiny. We've not got to go back to the capital markets every sort of 9 to 12 months and do another financing.
I guess there's a few things there in the sense that as a gold producer, there's a chance you'll attract a different sort of investor base for sure. But I guess more excitingly for your current shareholders, which is the kind of slightly more non-dilatory approach to how you develop out that district, which was always kind of the big challenge for us. So can I just stick with the oxides, please? PFS happens, you announce it to market, there'll be a reaction, whatever that may be, right? Hopefully positive because it shows the economics of this thing, right?
Right.
And I'm just judging by the smile on your face. I'm trying to work out what level of economics
I wouldn't be a good poker player, obviously.
Right, okay. So there's money to be made in them there are hills or them there are plains. What's next? The PFS is announced. Then what do you do? What's the time frame, and how long am I waiting for?
Well, we need to do some detailed engineering post PFS, stuff that would normally go in the FS. The PFS will be a very good PFS. There will be some elements that would normally wait until the FS that we'll incorporate, and there'll be some elements of a feasibility study that we will do post PFS between now and the end of the year.
Right.
Also, once the PFS is out, of course, we'll be pursuing very hard project financing options. And so we've already had, as you were aware, a number of discussions going on with various groups about project financing here. So we'd like to get all that nailed down, do some more engineering and probably a little bit more optimization too, beyond the PFS, with the objective of making a construction decision in the first quarter of 2025. Currently it's a 9-month build. So hopefully we'll be in production, if all goes well, all goes to plan, first quarter of 2026.
Okay, so that's short. That is short.
Yeah, I mean, it's look. It's not a very complex operation.
That's what I'm getting to, because it's not just a case of it isn't complex, so therefore the cost isn't necessarily that complex either. It's a kind of low capex type. I'm just judging by other projects that have done this. Right? You're not reinventing the wheel here. It's a case of get it done here as economically as possible in the shortest time frame as possible.
Correct.
Get into revenue, take advantage of this price environment. So to do that, you've kind of explained the kind of the process and the time frame. The money side of things. So there will be some money needed to be raised.
Yes.
Do you talk to project partners? I mean, Asenco, quite an interesting group that you're working with as well.
Yeah. Look, currently we're exploring all avenues. There are lots of ways of financing this, all the way through from doing some sort of joint venture. Obviously, we wouldn't want to give up control of that, but that is giving up some project equity. Project equity is one route to getting it financed. The other route would be a straight debt deal or a combination of some form of debt or equity, royalty stream, gold loan. There are all sorts of options that we're currently looking at.
Okay, but does that, again, I'm just looking at the gold environment, because if I'm looking at the equities market for juniors, precious metals, stick with gold. Anything outside of a producer, it's like you wouldn't know there's a gold price of 2,500 plus sitting around the moment, right?
Agreed.
But if you can talk to the market about being a producer, albeit a bit small, but perfectly formed producer, does that change in terms of the availability of that cash for you in whatever shape or form?
Yeah, I think it does, particularly if you've got a district scale project like we have next door to what is about to become very quickly Brazil's third biggest gold mine. So district scale opportunity clearly contains multiple deposits. How big the total gold endowment at Cuiú Cuiú will ultimately be is anybody's guess, but I think it'll be significant. I mean, look, there's a lot of people interested in smaller type operations. We're at Beaver Creek. There's a lot of companies here who've got some great projects with market caps of $50 to $100 million range, but the amount of money that they need to finance and get into production is $300, $400, $500 million, which is very, very difficult if you've got a market cap like that. Our capex for our project is not going to be anything like that. We think it's going to be eminently doable, but we'll see. We'll see what the numbers are. But it's an exciting time for us.
Okay. Well, it'll be simple as that. It's updates. So PFS coming real soon.
Yep.
Okay. We'll look out for that.
Yep.
And a short time frame through to end of 2025.
Yeah, making a construction decision in 2026. In the meantime, we've got drills turning. We've got lots of results pending. There's quite a lot going on, and we've got this new discovery. We've got to try and figure out what's going on with that. As you know, 11 meters at 33 grams is pretty unusual. It's the second best drill hole we've ever drilled on the project. It's not in one of the known gold deposits in a brand new target. The step out hole was very good, 6 meters at 13 grams, and that ended in mineralized material. So, yeah,
there's a lot happening there.
Yeah, there is a lot happening, and that's on top of having another couple of discoveries where we've got continuity demonstrated at Mashishi Main. We don't have a resource on that yet. We've got a new gold deposit at PDM. Well, not quite so new now, but another deposit that's emerging north of Central called PDM. We need to put a resource together on that, and there's lots of opportunity to add ounces at the main MG and Central deposits too, where we've got quite a lot of gaps still. So there's a lot to do.